Let's get into it, Chris. Let's talk about it.
What's up?
The new Blue's Clues guy.
Oh.
I don't hate him.
Oh, you've been watching.
Oh, yeah. I've been watching. I had to figure out if, for me, Steve was a really big part of my life. And I think that I was already like older, I think in my head I wasn't supposed to be watching Blue's Clues just from being where I'm from. Blue's Clues wasn't that popular on my block. It just wasn't. Just gonna be real with you. But I fucked with Blue's Clues. I was like, this.
I also think that maybe we were like 6 or something when Blue's Clues, like it was
right,
like
that weird age.
It was like just the top before you're like, this is kid stuff. I watch Power Rangers.
Yeah. Definitely. But I've been watching the new guy. And yeah, he's, in the beginning, I wasn't really fucking with him because I was like, yo, you came in and you switched up these songs and they was already good, fam. Like, we didn't need you to come in and switched up these melodies like on these were hit records.
Oh, they don't have like We Just Got a Letter?
Oh, We Just Got a Letter. They got all that. They got all the classic hits. They just gave my man his own voice. They was like, but you could put a little twang into it if you want to, Josh. Because he's obviously not white. He's like Filipino or something.
Okay. What makes his song more Filipino?
I didn't say it made more Filipino.
Just has flavor.
I'm saying that anything has more flavor than white people. I'm more saying that from Steve to Josh has a little more. He's just switching up the records. I didn't even say I like the records more. I just said that he switched it up. He put a little more umph into his stuff. But We Just Got a Letter. And he has all those mail time. But he got the melody switches up on
Mail time.
Here's the melody never fails. It makes me want to whack my tail.
So what does he do?
I don't know his records.
He
like
was
that.
like, here's my mail. It never fails. It makes me
wanna wag my tail. That's show business, like show business. He's a performer, Chris. He's a huge performer.
Is he?
He says, what? We just got a letter. We just got a letter.
Does he really? I don't know.
No, he doesn't do any of that. But I would love if that was him. If he was just like.
Do you think ultimately Steve's cousin, whoever that interim host was, will be forgotten?
I already forgot. I didn't even know the person in between Steve and Josh. There was another individual?
Yeah. There was Steve's cousin. I think his name was like Brad. Or
no, this is a funny rant.
His name wasn't Brad.
Random thing. I think we should now go into different TV shows that you remember some kind of change in it that you were like, they lost you as a kid. I don't want to get into like.
You don't want to get into the Aunt Vivs of it?
Yeah. Oh, Aunt Viv is still cool. As a kid, you were still a kid.
Okay, yeah, Aunt Viv.
Aunt Viv was huge. It was huge because they announced it in a joking way somewhat on the show when they were like, Aunt Viv, something looks different about you.
I found out that they did that way later in life. You know what I mean?
You feel like
I found out that they referenced it. I just had
I thought you meant I found out that it was a different lady. I was like, that is the most hilarious.
Well, if I could be 100% honest, I'm not sure if I know.
Yes.
As an 8-year-old, I don't know if I noticed.
Okay, that's fair though. I respect you, man. You know what? We gonna get into it. We got weird stuff going on with us. When I was probably an 8-year-old, I couldn't tell a pretty white woman from a ugly white woman. I just thought white women were white, like they're white women.
Okay,
if that makes sense. Does that make any sense?
You couldn't tell who was pretty.
I never was around white people. Period. So I didn't see white people. So then when I would see them in pictures, I didn't know. I didn't know if that was this one considered pretty. Is this one? I didn't know. Like, to me, I hadn't developed an attraction to white women yet. So I think in my head, I was just like, I don't know if you're pretty or not.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I feel like I've had that in my life.
With black women?
Maybe.
Okay,
growing
that's fair.
up, because I didn't have a lot of black people in my neighborhood. But I'm thinking about other races and like what that progression was like.
Yeah.
Of like finding out that people were pretty. It also, I actually still think I'm bad at like knowing when a man is attractive. Like when women are like, that man is handsome. Oh, then I'm like that man is handsome, right? And they're like, that man is not handsome. And I'm like, I don't fucking know what handsome men look like.
Or maybe you just have different taste than them.
Maybe.
Maybe you're like, well, he's handsome to me. and that's all that matters.
But actually, what I'm doing is not saying he's handsome to me. I'm like, that guy's like traditionally handsome, right?
No, but that is you saying he's handsome to you, and there's nothing wrong with that. You're secure with your sexuality enough that you can say a guy is handsome. I call dudes handsome or attractive. I'm like, that dude's attractive.
But I'll be watching a dating show with my girlfriend. I'll be like, well, that guy's hot though, right? And she'll be like, that guy's not hot.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, that guy's not hot? I thought he had the abs. And she's like, but that doesn't mean he's hot. He's not hot.
But and
I'm like, I guess I was just doing math in my head of what makes a guy hot.
But he's not hot to her. But you think he's hot. That's why you brought it up.
She's with me, so I'm probably wrong. Or sorry, she's probably wrong, and I'm probably right.
Yeah, you call it. You know? She's with me. Yeah, she's definitely wrong. No, I'm trying.
I don't know if we even got to 100 people on my OnlyFans.
I'm pretty sure we did. I didn't even. You know, I'm horrible. I don't have my phone. I'm pretty. Dude, we had like, it was like 89 in less than a day. So I'm pretty sure you're over 100.
Yeah, but everyone's doing it as a joke. You guys don't really care.
No, I think people care. I think people think that you're doing it as a joke, and they see the lack of commitment. They see the fact that you're not truly dedicated to being the best on OnlyFans, and that. Nah, for real. On some real shit, like, if you're going to do anything in life, be the best at it. Like, period. I tweeted some shit that said, like, oh, if you think your kid's a murderer, is it your job to raise the best one? And I still, like, stand by that shit. If you're going to start an OnlyFans, Chris, what you've been talking about for a while now.
I've been talking about this for a while. You put this on
I think
7 days ago.
I think that it's your job to be like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to put on the best show possible. I don't know what that show looks like. It could be green screen. It could be all kind of camera work. It could be a one shot of some really cool shit throughout your house. And you just make like some fucking weird...
You're just explaining YouTube videos.
Yeah,
YouTube videos I've done.
Yeah, that's what you
just put them on OnlyFans.
But look, if you just was like, nobody saw that one shot YouTube video I did exclusively on OnlyFans. You don't have to get naked on OnlyFans.
I would open up my OnlyFans with like a really complicated one shot video that ends with my dick being revealed.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, but then. It like comes out and like also that image is projected behind me.
The dick image?
Yeah, it's like my dick is
like a vortex of dicks.
It's like a mirror when you look into a mirror and there's just a bunch of dicks.
Yeah.
But it's all my dick.
Just different dimensions of dicks.
I think it'd be cool.
Layered dicks.
Look, you can keep the petition open. If we get to like 10,000 people.
It kind of looks like a tunnel of dicks. Like it. The end would be like the light, and then the rest of the out is like
a tunnel of dicks. Yeah, also, that could be like my OnlyFans, like at
OnlyFans, tunnel of dicks.
At tunnel of dicks.
Tunnel of dicks.
Yeah.
But then now you're implying that you showing other dicks on your page too.
Tunnel of dick.
Tunnel of dick. Yeah. Make sure they know it's
Tunnels
just your dick.
of dick.
Yeah. Would you sign up for it, or like would you agree to it if you could like use a stunt dick? If you could have a dick double?
I think probably definitely.
A dick double.
Yeah, I mean.
You should have a black dude that be your dick double just to make the joke in there.
There's something about just, I don't know. I sometimes I wonder what my like hang-ups are, but I think there's something about, that you don't want to show your own dick,
Yeah, that's your dick.
Unless you're a dick performer.
That's your dick.
Unless you're like a porn person. And I don't want to be a porn person, but I'll do a Jason Segel thing where I show my dick in a funny thing. Like a fake dick, Jason Segel style.
He showed his real dick or a fake dick?
No, I'm forgetting Sarah Marshall. Remember his dick?
But I'm asking. That was
a fake dick. Okay. That was a fake dick.
Okay. Yeah. So you say it takes a different type of actor to sign up for real dick scenes.
Yeah, it's like a different.
You're a different monster.
Yeah.
It's a different. I guess I could go
like super duper artistic.
Or what if you're just proud of your dick?
It doesn't matter. I can be privately proud of my dick.
First of all, we can't start this show off like this. Let's fucking get into whatever we're doing. Welcome to Wine and Weed.
Welcome.
Hey. Did we give yourself a hand clap?
Welcome to the show.
I almost cut my finger off this week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Cut my web open in the middle and shit. I'm like a major league pitcher now. Like I could throw a splitter crazy right now. Or like some a little nice little
What were you cutting?
Avocado, and I was doing a trick for myself. I was doing guacamole, and I was doing a little trick for myself that I do. I just like popped the knife in to get the what is it called,
pit.
Guys? The pit. Thank you. Get the pit out, and I popped it in. It was in, and then the knife slipped, and it went all the way through the avocado because it was ripe, I guess a little too ripe, and it went straight through the avocado skin and went right through my web. And I was like, I knew it instantly. I was like, I think I'm probably bleeding a little bit.
It always sucks when you're trying to do something cool and it just turns into a disaster.
And nobody saw it either. That was the other thing. I don't know who I was doing it for. It was a trick for myself. That was the fucked up thing.
Yeah, I'm a big pancake flipper.
By yourself?
Yeah. I love doing it.
You drop them?
No, but I hadn't cooked pancakes in a while, and I did a few weeks ago, and I came very close to flipping it too early and like getting sizzling hot batter all over me. But then I was like, oh wow, I'm happy I didn't do that.
How'd you come close to doing it?
Like I was about to do it, and then I was like, whoa, no, that's later once you've done both sides.
So nothing. You actually didn't do anything. You just told yourself in your head.
I just saw the whole
you
thing.
literally didn't do anything. You're just like, what if I did it right now? It would get it on me. You literally just.
I think there are like online videos of people trying to flip bacon like that.
Okay.
And the grease goes like all over their face.
I just like you weirdly being a superhero for yourself that saved yourself from getting burnt, but you never had to do it, and you were never gonna do it in the first place.
It's true. I mean,
you were like, oh, I could have really been messed up there if I decided to do something I know I shouldn't do.
I mean,
That's
if anybody
funny.
listens to the show, you're not gonna. They know that you play out fake scenarios
all day,
all the way to the
that's
end,
what we do.
and that's what I do in my head all day. So I get it. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, and I'm one of your hosts, Sterling Steelo Brim, aka that dude, aka Skateboard Steve, aka S to the B to your best of the breed, aka is our third leg known as Just Me, aka Concerned Father, aka Black Mama, aka R.I.P. Black Mamba, aka Steezington, aka Quarantine Companion. No, fuck, I messed it up. It doesn't matter. Aka husband potential with baby daddy tendencies. And with me as always,
I'm Chris Reinecker, aka the Chronosaur, aka Speed Bump,
yeah,
aka the goop in your gap, aka your new baby daddy, aka Chris the Snitch,
yeah, la la la,
aka la la la, aka Corona Cowboy, aka Warmonger Reinecker.
Ooh,
because I came off like that last week.
Are you not gonna end it with your one now?
Oh, aka Big Sex. Wait, what are you talking about?
The goop in your gap.
I said goop in the gap in the middle.
I didn't hear it.
I did.
I don't think you said it. Let's
but
run the tape back.
I did realize that last week when you said that you wouldn't even celebrate the death of Hitler, and I responded, but the war is over.
No, you said you wouldn't celebrate the fact that we won the war.
That we won the war?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what I meant is that the war is over and that all the troops are going home and the Holocaust is over and the prisoners are released. What I meant is that it's not just one person being killed. It's the end of an era. But definitely people were like, all Chris cares about is that America won the war.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I get how it sounded like.
You think you're a patriot? Do you look at yourself as a patriot?
I've traditionally looked at myself as a patriot because I believe in America. But as I get older, I'm like, maybe I believe in something other than America. If this is America.
Oh.
I mean, no offense. I do believe in America and I believe in my communities and neighbors and stuff like that. But seeing like the protests, for example, this week and being like, that is a uniquely American thing.
Do you say, when you say you believe in America, do you mean you believe in the actual the institution, like America as a whole? Do you say you believe in the people?
Well, I like the ideas. I think they're really good ideas. I like the First Amendment. I think it's dope. I think we're progressing on a track that gets better and better. And I think when you meet like the community, when you meet the real people. I like Americans. They're nice and they're fun. And then there's a large amount of them that aren't, that are kind of stupid.
Yeah.
And dumb. But like, I don't know. I think that's just people. Right?
Yeah. I mean, you think it's just people. You travel the world and then people try to tell you it's not just people. They try to tell you it's Americans. But I feel like it's just people.
Well, the thing to me is that was weird was that the protests with the guns and the let's kill the coronavirus and yell in people's faces about why we should get out of our homes and stop watching Netflix. That only happened in America, really.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Why did that only happen here?
Are you? What do you mean?
Like that's uniquely American, right?
Well, one of the reasons is probably the access we have to guns is to be able to even do that.
That's true.
So I don't know if you,
you
have that privilege.
But even those protests in general, let's say without guns, like all these like crazy.
I don't know
people.
without guns if you have the same relationship with authority.
Well, in California, there was like Huntington Beach or something. There's a huge protest yesterday that like people were like,
that was different.
That hasn't been happening in different countries.
There's so many layers of white privilege.
America?
There's just so many layers of white privilege. Like Huntington Beach was one layer of white privilege of like, we don't need guns. That we just know they're not going to do anything. And the others were like, it was the same end thing of like, oh, we know they're not going to do anything to us, period.
It's also, it's a huge form of entitlement in general.
It's the epitome of white privilege. It's them literally being like, we know nothing will happen to us.
But the other countries have white people too, and they don't have this entitlement to protest the lockdowns and stuff like that. And I think that's just because America is like super fucking entitled and doesn't care. Like, it's like, do you guys actually not care about anybody else? Like, do you not care about your neighbor? Do you not care about other Americans? Like, do you just care about you? Is that what you think this country is about? Caring about you? Getting yours, being an individual?
I think that there's a huge group of people who feel as though they're doing the American thing and they're exercising their rights, and I think that they've never
freedom. It's about freedom.
Yeah, and I think they've never been told they can't. So it's just them being like, hey, this thing that no one has ever told me that I could exercise, you're telling me I can't exercise it right now? Fuck you. This is my country. And it's like, yeah, the sense of entitlement is there. And it's like,
yeah, but that's not happening in other countries, even though that hasn't happened to every, like.
When you say other countries, like
England, that's not happening.
No,
or I guess there kind of are. There's just not these screaming protests. There's like more of a quiet, like, okay, well, I'll do what I do. Sorry.
And you're talking about more. You talking about Huntington Beach still?
I'm just talking about these yelling, screaming protests.
Oh, yelling, like, screaming. I haven't really kept up with all the yelling, screaming protests. I've seen some of them. I've seen the ones you sent me. I've seen more of the armed white men protest than anything.
Yeah,
that's what I've seen. More of that than anything. And those individuals knowing that nothing will happen to them. Period. And they're at fucking state houses and everywhere else, the government official buildings and everywhere else in between. And they're like, hey, it doesn't matter. I'm exercising my right. And I don't know. I just think that it's the epitome of white privilege, of them feeling like, hey, ain't shit gonna happen to me. I don't know. I watch what's happening in New York and all the videos and footage that's been taken of the difference of how people are being treated on the streets of white citizens and people of New York who don't have masks on the street, who are hanging out in Central Park and everywhere else, versus black people who are just walking to the store to get something who don't have masks. And it's like literally people being thrown on the ground, beat, knees on their heads and faces, versus officers literally handing white people masks and say, hey, you must have forgot. Honest mistake, put it on, all right? Next time, all right? Next time I'm going to get you. You guys be safe. And it's like insane to me. I'm like, what the fuck? So yes, I think that I think it's kind of hard. I think it's hard for and I hate to even go there, but I think it's hard for black people to believe in America. How I asked you, do you believe in America? You were like, yeah, I believe in the ideas. I think it's hard when America has never even believed that, again, we are people. And we've never been treated as so. So it's like hard for us to sit here and be like, well, I still believe in America. Weirdly, I think a lot of us still do. I think a lot of us still believe in the concept of like, well, I think we're all striving toward getting this thing, but at times you feel as though like we somehow are still experiencing racism and niggas ain't even supposed to be outside. We in our houses and somehow we still getting touched up. We still getting bullshit happening to us.
Yeah.
So I just think, I don't know.
And I mean, I was saying this out there, but it pisses me off because like the answer is also to treat all citizens like the people who are just being given masks are being treated. The white people are being treated.
Yeah.
Like, treat everybody like that. Don't because some people are like, yeah, why don't we kick those people's asses? It's like, no, the police are supposed to not kick anybody's ass.
Yeah.
That's what, like, let's start treating those other communities well, not treat the communities you're treating well poorly. I don't know.
Yeah, but I think that
but I totally understand the comparison of being like, what the fuck? I thought protocol was to beat somebody's ass who fucking touches you, and these guys are up on you, touching you during COVID-19, and you're just standing there taking it. And what's the difference here?
Of course, that's the answer, right? And that's what you hope and wish that people would see. But also, like, I'm not gonna deal with the convenience of like, now we should. Hey guys, maybe we shouldn't beat anybody. It's like no.
If this is what we're doing,
if we doing this, we're gonna stay committed now. We're gonna stay committed to what your job is and what you do. And what you do is you fuck people up, right? And you say you don't see color, you don't see this, so fuck somebody up. Do what you gotta do. Fuck them up.
And then people might get mad and go, police shouldn't be doing that. And you're like, that's what we've been saying.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah, I just think people don't care. I just think that it all comes down to week in and week out. People don't care about things that don't pertain to them. People don't care.
And of course, joining us via satellite is John Ross. What's up, John Ross?
I am John Ross, a.k.a. Brown Peter Griffin, a.k.a. Spider-Man's best friend, a.k.a. the gorilla in Manila, the nose that knows, Terry Khalifa, I need a haircut pretty badly, and of course, Big Sexy with the glasses.
Yeah.
We are smoking. This is just the cone. Why am I looking at it? We're smoking one of those things over there.
Both of these look awesome.
So you pick, man.
They're from Ember Valley. There's these Now and Laters, which are like sweet, and this Northern Fire, which feels like earthy.
I feel like I already smoked that Northern Fire before. I probably want to try it Now and Laters.
Let's try Now and Laters. It smells amazing. And we're drinking some of this weed wine. Let's get into the stories of the week.
Hey, everybody. What is this, like week 6 of quarantine now? Oh boy, my days are all jumbled together. But let's jump into some articles, yeah? Asian murder hornets are now invading the United States. The world's largest hornet, dubbed the murder hornet in Japan and native to Asia, has been found in the state of Washington and is apparently poised to spread across the United States if not stopped soon. The hornets, which invade and destroy honeybee hives and kill up to 50 human beings a year with the potent neurotoxin delivered through their disturbingly large stinger, have experts worried that North America's already decreasing honeybee population may take another hit if the murder hornets start hitting honeybee colonies, as will the crops they pollinate such as apples, blueberries, and cherries. The hornet can also sting through regular beekeeper suits a bee breeder would wear, and their incredibly painful attack delivers roughly 7 times the amount of venom as a honeybee sting. The hornets can also sting multiple times, unlike a bee. Multiple stings from a hornet can kill a human even if they aren't allergic.
What the fuck, man? This sounds like a fucking nightmare. It sounds insane. I just heard that shit, and I was just, the whole time I was listening to this shit, I was like, this is a fucking movie. First of all, you just told me my Teflon bulletproof vest doesn't fucking matter. That if no matter what, you can shoot me and it's coming through and it's going to hit me regardless. You just said the beekeeper fucking suit you have, sir, doesn't matter. That this hornet can get through to you and it's 7 times more venomous than a regular honeybee or some shit. It sounds so extreme. I'm not going to lie to you. No bullshit. I'm not saying this is it. I don't think it was it. But I will say, 3 days ago, me and my girl swimming. And
Text of the Bible.
Yeah, I won't let you. I feel like you took a fuck yeah. I feel like you had the cliff notes and you took a crash course to being like, I'm a Christian again, guys. We're good.
I don't know. It feels insane. That the murder hornets came over here.
But do you also feel like this happens all the time? Like, do you remember when we were kids and Killer Bees came out? You remember when Killer Bees came out?
Yeah.
Killer Bees hit for a good summer, and everybody thought, oh, and you would bother people. If you saw any bee, it was a killer bee. You just be like,
Killer
oh,
bees.
Shit.
Yellow jackets, killer bees.
Yeah, and I remember nonstop as a kid, I thought, okay, killer bees are real, and they will kill you. Same as killer whales. For whatever reason, any water I went in, I was like, oh, killer whales are out here, and they're going to murder you. What they say, these hornets only kill, what, up to 50 people a year?
Whoever did the brand.
That's it? one bee is catching 50 bodies alone?
No
way in hell.
I got that
It's 50 cent ass
it
bee.
only kills 50 people, which isn't that much, but if it stings you, it hurts so fucking bad.
They said he can sting you multiple times too without dying.
And it's gonna kill all the fucking bees, which is maybe the worst part of the whole thing.
Oh, I didn't hear it says it's gonna kill the bees too.
Gonna kill the honeybees.
Oh,
It's like it like fucking puts its stinger straight through a honeybee. Also, that must be a crazy fight. Just like an air fight between a murder hornet and a honeybee.
This dude, they saying this murder hornet's killing people. Bees annoy you, sting you. You're like, ow. And then 2 days later, you're like, I forgot I got stung. That thing's a little sore. They said this is killing people. That murder hornet will fucking kill that bee and slap that bee so quick. They shut your bitch ass up.
It just like finds the bee and is like, bam, explosion.
I don't know why he farted on the bee, but yeah.
That's his.
He was like, I'm gonna beat you and shit on you.
What sound does a stinger make? It's gotta be a little poopy sound.
Oh shit.
It's a little bit of
This sounds scary, man. I don't know, man. I don't think they're just trying to make us stay in the house some more, but I can tell you one thing: these bees are not stopping shit. People are going outside already. They're not thinking about these bees. I mean, these hornets. I'm sorry.
I hate the idea of like, finally we made it past coronavirus, but now we can't go outside because of the murder hornets.
Yeah, that would
also
be crazy.
great name. The branding is
it is
out of control. Murder hornets.
It is. It's almost better than our idea for a Holiday Inn, but this is Murder Hornets is really good.
Yeah, the Charlotte
Murder Hornets. So much better than Charlotte Hornets.
So much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hornets sound kind of lame, but
yeah, Murder Hornets. You're like, God damn, they mean business.
Somebody was like killer Hornets, and they were like, we have killer bees, we have killer whales. Yeah, let's go Murder Hornets.
Murder Hornet. It is good. It is really
Murder
good.
has so much more intent behind it than killer.
Yeah. Yeah, because I feel you can kill someone accidentally.
It's just like it's an animal.
Like, no, he murdered that person.
Yeah.
He meant that shit. He meant that shit. Yeah, like how do these hornets, like how are they targeting people? Are they targeting like colors? Are they targeting just races? Just imagine them.
It'd be cool if they just kill bad people or something.
How would they know?
That's what I'm saying.
No, I feel like the murder hornets would like work for villains, if anything. I could see a villain keeping a couple murder hornets on his fucking shoulder and be like,
I do feel like if you're our age, like bees have gone through a hell of a redemption story, you know?
Yeah.
When you were little, weren't bees like fucking scary? Nobody liked them.
And then Jerry Seinfeld dropped the Bee Movie.
No. There's My Girl, the kid Macaulay Culkin dies from bee stings. It's traumatizing. Nobody liked bees.
No, nobody liked bees. Do people like bees now?
No, then all of a sudden the Bee Movie dropped.
No, I'm saying like I feel like people are still afraid of bees.
No, people are like, we need to save the bees and the honey.
Yeah,
and the
saving the
world
bees. That's always been a thing, but I think people are still afraid of them.
Not as much as murder. Then a murder hornet comes along, and you're like, why was I worried about bees?
It's like white people who like Black Lives Matter from their homes. You still don't want to be around them. You're like, oh, I said it. I posted it on Twitter. God, I don't want to be at the actual event.
What do we find out? The murder hornets made like really dope, like another level of honey. Like we were like, you can't kill the bees because of all the honey, and then you found out the murder hornets were like, check this out.
But it's the pollen as well, right? Doesn't it help? Like,
yeah, we need the bees.
We need the bees. But I would say, if we're gonna act like that doesn't exist, I would say I don't like honey. So if the murder hornet made a better version of honey, I'm so down with it killing the bees. I don't like honey. Honey's not my thing.
Tastes like stevia.
Yeah, like if the murder hornet was producing like natural agave, oh nigga, I'm on board.
I'm a big fan of honey. I like it better than agave.
Ugh, honey. Honey's better for you, but I don't like
the
honey.
Murder hornets are making simple syrup.
Nah, you ain't gonna hate on the
cocktail sugar. This shit is sweet as hell.
It's good though.
And then it'll be the coronavirus people who are like, yeah, sure, a couple people died, but we got our sweetener. We need our sweetener.
That is true. Yeah, man. I mean, when people read off the like numbers for the coronavirus, do you feel like the U.S. obviously overshot on purpose when they first announced, just so that we would be like 65 isn't bad? Because I feel like all of us are like 65,000 isn't bad,
which is insane.
It's insane compared to like, oh, but they were being like 250, and we were all like 250. That could be me. And then people were like 65. You're like, I didn't think I was.
It was one of those. Donald Trump like called you and was like, "I'm running 2 hours late," and you're like, 2 hours. He was like, "I mean 15 minutes." You're like, "Oh, okay,
right.
15 minutes isn't that bad." Wait, this guy's 15 minutes late to a meeting?
It's exactly what it is.
Miami professor shares screen with college girl. Porn bookmark gets fired. He was sharing a bit too much. A University of Miami professor has been fired after accidentally sharing his porn preferences with his class during a Zoom lesson. The Miami Hurricane, the university's student newspaper, reported. John Peng Zhang, a business professor, was sharing his screen during a class on March 26 when a student noticed a graphic bookmark on Zhang's computer. According to Hurricane, it read, "Busty college girl fuck." The unidentified student took a short video showing both Zhang on screen and the bookmark before captioning it, "My professor is sharing his screen with the class," and posting it on TikTok. The video, which notably included a miami.edu URL right above the bookmark, soon went viral. "It's hard not to think he's looking at you like that," Samantha Hill, a freshman in one of Zhang's classes, told the Hurricane. "I wouldn't turn my camera on. I don't want him to look at me." Zhang taught a few more classes with numerous students, some of them knowing what to look for, viewing the bookmark and taking photos and videos, the Hurricane reported. But at one class, Zhang never appeared in the Zoom call, and students were told after 20 minutes that the session was canceled. Now, Zhang's name appears nowhere on Miami's website, and his classes have all been assigned to new professors, according to the Hurricane. Prior to his dismissal, Zhang apologized to the class about the bookmark, adding that he didn't know how it got there.
How'd they get there?
I don't like it. I don't like it, man. I think it's unfair. I think it's unfair because everyone searches busty college fucking students. So I don't think just because you work at an actual institution or university.
I don't think everybody searches it, but that's a title for a lot of porn. It's like college girl.
That's what I'm saying. So like, if he just so happened to click some shit like that and didn't whatever.
Yes.
I don't know if he should just be. I don't know if he should be fired for it. Like, and it wasn't like he actually had porn up. It was a fucking tab, right?
It's sloppy as fuck.
It is sloppy. It's sloppy.
But we're all dealing with adjustments in Corona.
But I also didn't know yet. In my head, I was when I first heard the headline, I was like, that's bullshit that he was fired. And then when I heard busty college student, I was like, all right. I see how you got him. But
what if it was in college?
If it was in college student, no, he should not be fired. I'd be on his side.
You would just be like, but you can't be that sloppy. It's the new. It's just the same way you wouldn't leave porn up on your laptop and then walk into work and open your laptop. You know,
this is true. But I also have been. I mean, I didn't work at a traditional place, but I also used to go to studio sessions. People open their laptops and forgot porn was up, and then you hear porn, and then you have to hurry up and click it off, and you're like, oh.
I've gone into an office and opened a thing and gone, oh no. But I went, thank God nobody saw that. I mean, I think everyone's had a moment like that like once.
How'd you clean it up?
I didn't do it. Nobody. I wasn't in front of anybody.
Oh.
Nobody saw it.
I remember.
But I was so embarrassed that even at one point I didn't have a work computer and a home computer, and I was like, I work at BuzzFeed. We do videos with porn stars. I'm not allowed to watch porn on this computer.
You did a video with porn stars one time.
I didn't know there's like, but BuzzFeed has like people watch porn for the first time. So how am I not allowed to watch porn on your work computer if we're making videos?
It's not your first
if
time.
We're making videos about.
Because it's not your first time.
It's got to be
your fourth time today. It's called research. Yeah, I think I know how they got them, but it's just more like it is unfortunate. I get it. I don't know if I fire that guy.
I think it's definitely a cautionary tale for everybody.
Yeah, I don't know if I fire that guy.
Keep your desktop clean.
Keep your desktop clean. I don't know if I fire him, but I get it. I get why you fired him. But it was an accident.
It's that girl who is like, I don't feel safe. I mean, as soon as you hear somebody say, I don't feel safe, and they break these rules, you're like, I got to do something.
And he's like, it didn't even say college girls. It said high school girls. He's like, sir, you have to come with us even quicker now. Oh, shit. Yeah, I don't. She only hit that one.
It's interesting to be like, what could have the title been that I would have been okay with? If it was just like XXX lady gets fucked, you'd be like,
I'm a lady.
That guy.
I feel like they wanted him out. They just wanted him out. It was like anything. They were waiting on their moment. They were like, this is it. Who screenshotted it? This is it. Let's get him the fuck out of here. I think they liked him. They would fall for him.
They would have been like, yeah, it's porn. Everybody watches porn.
They probably told him, like, Mr. Such and Such, you know you have fucking porn on your thing. And he'd be like, what the fuck? I don't know how I got there.
I would also love to see this guy cut into a documentary about how coronavirus affected people's lives. So someone's like, I was a waiter, and now it's illegal for me to work. And somebody else, is like, my job did not seem deemed essential, so all of our pay got cut to 60% of what it could be. He's like, I had to teach from home, and I show all my students what porn I was watching. Coronavirus, right?
Yeah. I honestly do feel bad. I don't know why I feel bad for him.
I feel bad because it's a hard time.
Yeah, I think it's a hard time.
And it's so public.
Yeah, but
and it's just watching porn.
It's not even about the porn for me. It's the tab. If it showed actual porn, I'd be like, yeah, he has to go, but he has a tab. But again, it's the title inside of it where he fucked up. Could have been his 7th search of the day. I don't know. But at the end of the day,
not even
it's where you landed. It's where you landed. Yeah. That matters. And people were like, you got to go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, next article.
It is weird that, like, right before class, he was like, oh, shit, it's 10:30. I got to. New tab. Oh, it was bookmarked. Was it a mistake? Like, did he bookmark it on purpose? It was bookmark.
Yeah, bookmark sounds more.
Whoa, bookmark changes.
It does change everything because I bookmark nothing. So for you to bookmark something is you saying, I got to get back here.
Yeah.
Wherever I left off, I got to continue.
You do.
I don't bookmark.
Or you do it by mistake.
Yes, or by mistake, but it's rare. Like it feel like.
And you're like, how do I take this bookmark off?
Yeah, I think if you see a big bookmark, it could have been by mistake, but he didn't argue that. Well, he did say he didn't know how it got there, but he could have, if he was more of a G about it, he could have been like, I was watching porn, but I didn't click that. That's weird. And look, if you want to search my shit,
yeah, that would have got him.
See what I'm into. It's not that, guys. You are hot. Again,
if there's no gangbang involved, I'm not jerking off to
it. Period. So yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry, guy. You'll find work. I think somewhere. I don't know.
You're a great professor.
Maybe you could play a professor in a porno.
He pivots to porn?
Yeah. He should pivot to porn.
That guy should get an OnlyFans.
He should get OnlyFans.
I don't know what it looks like.
No, but I also don't think people want to go to his OnlyFans.
It would be like, okay, yeah, you totally should have got fired. You got an OnlyFans right after?
Exactly.
What else do we have? The Kkk Mask guy?
Man wears KKK hood to cover face while grocery shopping. A California man with either an unfortunate lack of alternate clean linens at his home or just, plain old ignorance, or both, was spotted in a California grocery store in a Ku Klux Klan hood in order to cover his face. The man, who was shopping at a Vaughn's grocery store in Santee, California, was photographed by customers both worried and perplexed, and eventually confronted by store clerks who told him to remove the hood while he was waiting to check out. The man eventually complied, purchased what he'd come for, and left.
His outfit is pretty, it's pretty dead on.
What is he wearing other than the hood?
He has a camouflage t-shirt on.
Cool. It blended in. Otherwise, blending in.
Camouflage t-shirt, some cargo shorts. Yeah, the shoes kind of hard though, like low key. Like he might have got off real quick with the shoes, but the socks is a no. The socks is a no. He made a mistake there.
What about the hood?
At least he's shopping organic. I see he's using the organic.
What does he buy? He's like, I just need some grapes.
He's in next to the oranges right now. But no, I mean,
I'm in the middle of a recipe. I need pine nuts. I didn't expect it.
I love him looking at a recipe as he's shopping. No, I don't know. I kind of like it. I kind of love it.
I'm really disappointed with how the store handled it. I think they could have done all.
Yeah, they should have kicked them out. Let's start with that.
Yeah, they should have been like, you don't have a proper mask on.
But you also feel as though the person who is coming into your Vons with the Ku Klux Klan fucking hoodie on, he's looking for the smoke. So he's looking for a problem.
Yeah.
He is like you just walked in here
And
with a
you're like,
Klan
just
hoodie.
get out.
Your Klan hoodie. You're like, yo, I want to tell him no, but I feel like he must have an army outside or a gun on him right now. He's on complete bullshit. There's no other reason for you to wear that unless you're just so proud. And then I'm cool with that because I want to know who you are anyway.
You're telling what? I just feel like there's.
I'll probably take it off his head if I saw somebody. I'll probably take it off his head.
That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering, or if you worked in this grocery store, like I feel like there's so many ways to kind of own this person.
I just imagine
and the fact that they just made him take it off and let him buy his stuff made me like, there's so many ways you could own this guy.
I just wrote a stupid sketch in my head where like that dude walked into the grocery store and like the cashier was like, "Wait, what? We can wear our hoods now?" And everyone just starts putting their hoods on, and everyone around the store like feels free because they're like, "We can be us." They're all just like shopping in the store doing crazy shit. And they all just got their hoods on. Like, I didn't know we were allowed to do this.
This is in California too.
I feel like we should make that into a sketch for real.
That's hilarious.
Oh God! But yeah, this is in California. God. You would not expect to see this in California. Where is this at in California? Do they say?
Outside of San Diego. What? What is it called? Santee. It's just called Santee? Sante? Yeah. I've never heard of that. Next to San Diego? Yeah. There's Santiago? No, honey, I said Santiago.
It's
not San Diego.
Wait, is Santiago next to San Diego? Or is it just Santee?
It's just Santee.
It's just Santee.
But it would be funny.
You said what?
Santee, California.
Cool, Santee. Never heard of it.
It would be funny if there was a Santee.
Santiago.
I feel like it's one of those like 90 Day Fiance things where he's like, "No, I said I lived in San Diego." Not San.
Do you watch that show?
Yeah, I just started watching.
My brother watches it. I don't watch it yet, but I did see the one guy that got everybody to watch to do it on that.
Big Ed, yeah.
Yeah, Big Ed, that's your guy, huh?
Yeah, he got us to watch for sure.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
Those memes got us to watch.
He stopped believing in love. A lot of shit happened with
it's kind of
journey.
It's very sad.
Yeah, I'll watch it. On
whose
feels part?
A little bit exploitive of literally everybody's
you said
exploiting.
It feels exploitive. That's what exactly what the show is.
No, that's like all it is.
Yeah,
though.
literally.
Like you're not like, haha, this is funny. These people signed up to be on a dating show and they're crazy. Or you're like, oh, this is what their life has come to.
Yes.
For everybody on screen.
You're literally being like, well, for that one, you're literally being like, hey, we can legally get you basically a green card if we just document your love. Like illegally, like right in front of, like it's not, you're just coming here. It's very clear what she's here for.
People are good at lying on that show too. It's interesting going like, I'm interested because you're a person that often responds with that person's lying. I'm interested to see who you think is lying and who you think is not lying.
Okay, that means that you think the girl is lying about her abusive.
I think in some ways every.
I know she had an ex-husband, right? That she doesn't, or no, her boyfriend. No, the guy got her pregnant, and he's a bad dad. She doesn't get to
Big
see
Ed's
him.
girl.
Big Ed's girl. She never gets to see the dad. They never. He asked what happened.
Oh yeah, her son who calls Big Ed dad the first time he sees him.
I love it.
Yeah,
hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta watch it.
It's like really exploitive television and like maybe the worst way. But like,
you like it? No,
I don't. I watch it. I watch it in the background a little bit more.
Don't lie to me. You enjoy it.
I've watched a few episodes, but like I'm honestly at one point I had a little bit of like a tiff where I was like, I don't like this. Like I don't want to watch this. This is harmful to the people. It's harmful to everybody. But at the same time, they're real stories.
Yeah.
Of real people, and this is really happening.
Yeah.
But sometimes you hear the producers like, so what? You hear the producers like sitting back, being entertained by the idiot, and you're like, you guys, it's a person's life. That woman thinks.
But you watched Jerry Springer for years.
Sure, but did I have the moral compass I have today? Maybe. Turns out, yeah. Let's
Because
go.
I'm a big fan
You're-
of 90 Day Fiance.
It's Jerry Springer the mini documentary.
That's all it is. That's all it is.
It's the documentary version of Jerry Springer.
That's all it is. Yeah. I haven't watched it yet, but I might give it a chance. I might like check it out.
They trick you though because they mix in a couple people that you're like, these people might be in love.
Oh, you know, I was talking to my girl about that. I was telling her, like, I was like, she said to me about like some reality show or something. And I was like, yo, just good reality TV. It's gonna have drama in it. It's just gonna have drama in it. And I was like, do you watch Love Is Blind, or has anyone seen Love Is Blind?
I saw that movie.
And I was like, the show Love Is Blind, you got people getting engaged in the first episode. You know why? Because nobody gives a shit. That's not what we shoot. Is you getting engaged. What we shoot is you thinking you're gonna get engaged this quick. Like, so we're gonna shoot the aftermath of you getting engaged to someone within a week. So like the one, well, who was it? The one guy. No, it's like a couple people, but the black dude and
The white girl, they get married right away. Or sorry, they get engaged right away.
Oh yeah, they got engaged. Who's that?
Within,
Cameron
like, 2
and.
episodes. Are you saying that you're expecting it to be like by the end of the series they'll get engaged and they get engaged by the end of the second episode?
Yeah, I'm saying like if you don't work in television or look at it like the producing of it, you might say, oh, they're getting engaged already. I said because the show is actually the aftermath or after them getting engaged. The show isn't up to the point of them getting engaged. That's not interesting.
But that's why it's cool. Well, it was, but it would only been interesting for 2 episodes.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why they did it so well.
That's what I'm saying.
It was a well-produced show in that way.
That's what I'm saying. Is
Yeah.
that you need that. You need that drama.
It's the Breaking Bad of reality TV. No, in this way. When I saw Breaking Bad, you remember the first scene of Breaking Bad. He's in his underwear. They're cooking meth. The police are coming. He has a gun. I was like, that is the last scene of the first season for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out it's the last scene of that first episode. Mm-hmm. And it's like, whoa. Yeah. And that's kind of what Love Is Blind did.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I thought that was going to be the whole show.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Now they're fucking married.
Yeah. But I was talking about the black dude with the beard. What was his name again? I didn't see the show like that.
Oh, yeah.
And the black girl, and then he came out as
bisexual
bi. He came out as bi afterwards, and I was like, because this is the show. The show is you can't get to fucking know each other in a week.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, or whatever the fuck this is. You can't get like, no, it's not how it works. So I was like, yeah, we're going to watch you guys think you know each other. You're already engaged and you're headed toward marriage. Yeah, this is going to be a fucking fire. And there's been like a couple people who've made it, at least for television.
But it's still a game, and like maybe some of them got married, but most of them didn't. You know, it's just a game. But the 90 Day Fiancé is not a game.
You don't feel like there's any game in it at all?
No, I think it's a documentary.
But do you not appreciate the purity of like this is real?
No, that's why that. Yes, absolutely, 100%. I just think it's so exploitive. It's like so sad. Yeah. Anyway,
the next article.
Dude wear Kkk Mask. Yeah.
I want to do that sketch so bad.
That was funny.
A 5-year-old boy was pulled over while trying to drive to California to buy a Lamborghini. He might have been short on the purchase amount as he only had $3 in his wallet. A 5-year-old boy in Utah was pulled over Monday while trying to drive to California to buy a Lamborghini. At 12:15 p.m., a highway patrol trooper was trying to catch up to a speeder on southbound Interstate 15 in Ogden when he came across what he initially thought was an impaired driver or someone experiencing a medical emergency traveling at 32 miles per hour in a 70 miles per hour zone. Lieutenant Nick Street told BuzzFeed News, "There's a curve in the road and he was kind of having a hard time making the curve." The trooper initiated a traffic stop, and when he approached the vehicle, he found a small boy on the verge of tears, sitting on the edge of the seat with both feet on the brake pedal. After the trooper helped him put the car in gear and turned off the engine, the boy told him he was 5 years old and that he had left home to drive to California because he wanted to buy a Lamborghini. He might have been short on the purchase amount as he only had $3 in his wallet. A dash camera video of the traffic stop shows a light-colored compact SUV driving slowly down the interstate, moving across lanes without using any turning signals before the trooper turns on his siren. "How old are you? You're 5 years old? Wow, okay," the trooper says. "Where did you learn how to drive a car?" The boy answers are inaudible in the video. Street said the agency's tweet incorrectly stated that the boy, who was not identified, had left home after an argument with his mom. The boy's parents were both at work at the time, and an older sibling in their teens was supposed to be babysitting him when he grabbed the car keys and left.
Oh my!
I think I'd be remiss if I didn't say this kid's going places.
That's the most adorable, terrifying story I've ever
No,
heard.
I mean that in so many different ways. I mean that just because this little boy, number one, is 5, drove a car for some miles, also has the fucking ambition and the aspirations of thinking he's going to buy a Lamborghini. He's like, not only can I drive a car, I'm going to get my dream car. This bullshit that I'm driving is a piece of bullshit. I just think that this kid has got his eyes on the prize, and I think he's going to really go places in life.
I also want to say that he's 5 years old and he took the initiative to find out how to drive from a video.
Oh, they said that?
Yeah. He said they asked how he learned how to drive, and he said he said he looked up a video. That's
no, it didn't say that.
What? What did he say when they asked him to learn how to drive?
Where did you learn how to drive a car? The boy answers are inaudible in the video.
Yeah, it's on the video.
They're on the video.
Yeah, on the
I thought he
video.
said he learned how to drive by video.
No.
And I
it's
was
on the
like,
video.
wow.
Yeah, I mean YouTube for weeks. How to drive a car. Random. Is the food coming? I'm sorry. I feel like we've been going for an hour already. Huh?
Also, the way it's reported is crazy. It takes everything the mask guy says as fact. It says like he was looking for a mask, couldn't find one, so he resorted for his KKK hood. Like it doesn't go like it assumes the best of the guy, and he faces no consequences.
What do you What do you think should happen?
I think they should have kicked him out,
Yeah.
and not let him buy his groceries. Like you can,
but legally,
you
you
can
don't think
definitely be
anything should
like,
happen?
come on. I don't know. I don't know if legally what could happen, but I think he should be meant to feel stupid, and it feels like they were treated him with respect, and that's what I didn't like. I wanted them to be disrespectful to him.
Well, being racist was illegal.
It'd be a slippery slope. People would.
No, it wouldn't.
What do you mean? What's racist? What's not? No, I mean freedom of speech is part of the whole thing because then it gives you the whole spectrum, and you hopefully go, people are racist. I don't want to be racist. I don't know.
No, what the fuck?
I mean, people shouldn't be racist.
Yeah.
Like, should the KKK be able to meet?
You're saying they should.
I'm saying that if you don't allow them to, it's a slippery slope into people justifying other groups not meeting. That's like part of what America is. Like
What
everybody
other
can
groups?
do their thing. What?
What other groups?
People could use that and being like, so white groups can't meet, so black groups can't meet. Well, you know what I mean? They'd
It's
be
not. No, you just can't say black and white. It's saying hate. It's
hate
saying,
groups.
yeah, hate group.
Hate groups can't meet. Like it's illegal to have a hate group meeting.
Yeah, hate groups.
I don't know.
So is there anything wrong with the
I think you have a
Taliban
private
literally meeting in a hotel room and being like, we want to have a meeting here. We're just having a meeting. We can have your conference room. We're staying here. We want to have a meeting.
No. fuck
Why not?
that.
Why not? You just said you want a KKK meet.
Well, but a private business owner shouldn't buy that. It should be illegal.
I just said that. You just said the KKK should meet. You literally just said you gotta let them meet.
I'm saying you can't, like, I don't know. Is it illegal for them to meet?
I just asked you. You said that you gotta let them
It
meet.
feels like hate groups shouldn't be able to meet. But
Think they're meeting.
interesting.
All right, here's the thought. Yeah.
I don't know why I haven't really thought about this in its entirety before. About hate groups. Well, I know that, like, you got to let people do their stupid thing.
What
And
the
you
fuck
just
are
need to
talking
speak
about?
against them.
You don't let everybody do their stupid thing. You're saying that for individual groups. You don't let everybody do their stupid thing. You choose which groups. Everybody can do it then.
Nobody should do a violent thing. Nobody should infringe on other people's rights within their thing. I don't like them preaching infringing on other people's rights either. But making it illegal seems like it's not going to happen.
You're not giving me a reason why. You're literally just
because
saying.
I'm thinking that everyone then they're going to change it around. They're going to say Black Panther groups can't meet. It's like the Kkk. They're going to start classifying whatever they want, and they're going to start deciding who can meet and who can't. That's like why you give freedom of speech to somebody you disagree with. Promoting hate and acts of terrorism is a different thing entirely. And that's illegal right now.
How it promoting hate and acts of terror. How is it not? They are
I don't know. I don't really want to defend hate groups right now.
I didn't ask you to defend hate groups at all. You defend them. I didn't volunteer you for that at all.
I was trying to talk through like why letting them meet. Like, you get what I mean?
Yeah, but look, let's just get this straight. I didn't ask you to defend them at all. You defended them. Yeah, my question was why is racism not illegal? And you said it's a slippery slope that you basically got to let racists meet. And I was saying, why do you have to? That was the only question I had. And then you just started, you defended that. I didn't make you say that at all. I don't want you to act like I made you say any of that. I was just literally asking a question of like why racism wouldn't be illegal.
Well, I mean, I think the theory behind it is like certain groups can meet. And if you start saying what groups can meet and what groups can't meet based on a certain person's perspective, even if we all agree that like hate groups are bad, but you know what I mean? You don't understand how like that could lead to the wrong people being in the power, making it illegal for the right people to be able to meet.
I didn't say that wasn't the case. I'm saying, but we still have like laws put in place. We have those that you could use that example that could pertain to anything. So that is the way of the world, that people are put in power and they use it to abuse it the way they want to. So I'm saying, all I'm simply saying is why wouldn't a law be in place of, hey, the act of racism or whatever it falls into these guidelines, why wouldn't that be something that we explore of being like, that's illegal. That's now illegal. That bullshit you doing is now illegal.
It's like a hate crime, right?
Yeah, but it's a little different. Yeah, but yeah.
I think it's once it infringes upon somebody else directly. But you're saying just in speech it should be illegal. Just in like saying something racist should be illegal.
I said I feel like it for me is something that should be explored if possible. Yeah. I think you calling somebody a nigger should be explored as hey, you know what? You going in now. I'm not saying it's a fucking felony, you're in for how many years. I'm saying like you go in for a misdemeanor, you're like, okay, shit, maybe I shouldn't do that thing. Don't want to go back to jail. Maybe I'll use my niggers more wisely. I'll really mean them.
It just makes me afraid that anything is, that is restricting freedom of speech, and that's how the country was founded. But
hey, did you ever think that maybe the forefathers didn't get everything right?
Hey, I could see like
I could see them maybe getting a couple things wrong.
I could see starting a new country after this whole grind, but it would be like a good time to be like, you guys want to start something new?
What, California?
I want California to secede. That'd be cool. We should secede.
Would you want to stay? How many people do you think would leave?
You want to be a forefather?
How many people do you think would leave and be like, yeah? First of all, the fact that you think they would choose us as forefathers is hilarious.
I could be a forefather.
I don't see you being a forefather,
California,
man. Dude.
Forefather. What up, dude?
Oh, shit. What would be the first law? What would be the first thing you put in place if you were a forefather?
I think like the First Amendment would be chill.
For California.
Hey, first off, chill. Next.
Shit. Every time you get out of pocket, somebody just chill, man. Chill.
I mean, I like the idea of things being open and unrestricted. I don't like any law. I don't like amendments that restrict things. There's only 2 amendments that have restricted things, and one of them is prohibition.
So you don't actually want you don't actually want progression. You don't actually want like real
to
progress.
make it illegal.
No, I'm just saying.
I just see principally it turning into a slippery slope.
I'm just saying that you're again like you're maybe it's easy for a white dude to say. It's like, I don't think that we should go that route because it's not hurting me. So I don't think it. I'm not saying. Yeah, of course I think people love to think about theories when shit ain't about them. And I think when it is about them, theories go out the window and they start to try to do solutions.
I'm also thinking about society.
I'm just saying. I think that people think about theories and shit when it's not pertaining to them, and they think about solutions when it is. I'm just saying. But with that being said, I also think that you putting that kind of law. Wait, where were we at again? I just fucking got lost.
Making the N-word illegal.
No, it wasn't that. That wasn't. Like I said that was part of it, but we went somewhere else. But it's fine. I forget. No, I just think that a question that you ask quite often on this show is like, but how do we do it? And it's one of your favorite questions, and I think it's like the whitest question. I think it's always like, but yeah, maybe I'd be open to you not being a nigger if you can tell me how. And you'd be like, maybe I'm just not a nigger.
I like the directness of like, and we'd make the word illegal. Like, because then it's like something to actually, like, that's a thing that's concrete.
But that's what I'm saying. Period. Like, why would the KK? Why would you wearing your hood? I get it, freedom of speech, all you want. Why would you not? Like, what else could you be doing? What else could you be doing? Like, you would judge. You would be prejudiced to somebody in the Taliban. You wouldn't ask them anything. Say that person's in the Taliban. The person is a fucking terrorist. The person in the Ku Klux Klan is a terrorist. You're a terrorist.
Yeah.
What is the question? Why you say
they're a terrorist group for sure.
So why is it not like? That's what I'm saying. Like you would arrest the Taliban.
They're a terrorist group. If they're going around and killing people and doing all that shit, they're a terrorist group. I mean,
there's a
lot of sects of Christianity that have like a ton of racism in them. Are those people like allowed to gather?
You said what?
There's like a ton of Christianity that has like racism within it. Like, are those people allowed to gather?
I'm pretty sure there's a whole bunch of Christians that are
where does the line go? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what?
But you're just going off.
You're just categorizing the Ku Klux Klan as a terrorist organization, so they shouldn't be able to meet in the United States.
But you also just said like, I
get
bet somebody that goes to church also has done something bad.
No, I'm saying then you could have cross applied to that organization is also racist, so they shouldn't be able to meet.
How?
And this organization.
How? One of them foundation is racism. The other is not. Stop it. You're reaching like crazy. It's being like, well, some people are racist in Christianity, and it's a whole bunch who are not.
No, I'm not
but
saying
guess what?
all
of us. I don't think you can be in.
No, I'm saying a church.
You just
that has racism baked into their Christian. You don't think a church out there exists in Middle America
if there's
that
a church
also works
south,
racism into their? Should that church also be shut down, or like where does the racist institution stop?
I said, why would it stop there? Just because they're Christians?
I think it sounds difficult to figure out. I think that you're gonna have to shut down a lot of places depending on what your definition of racism is. You might have to shut down fucking everything.
And you're afraid to lose them. Why? That's the weirdest part, is that you keep being like, well, you got to shut down places. It's like, and why do you care about losing the races?
I guess because I was thinking about freedom of speech.
You really, that's the most American shit I've ever heard.
Yeah, that's part of it.
I hear you. That's the most American shit I've ever heard.
It starts out of the idea that people were prosecuted for saying things that society thought were wrong.
Hey man, I hear you.
That's how that started, because people were saying things that society thought were wrong, and those people were not allowed to say them. So I think if you start saying, well, you shouldn't be able to say this because it's right, you shouldn't be able to say that, you shouldn't be able to say that, and you make it a law. I'm not saying you make it. You can tell me I shouldn't be able to say something as friends, and that makes sense. But you make it a law to not say something, then it'll happen all over again in a different, like, liberal way. You also can't say this, and you can't say this, and now that's a law, and now this is a law, and now we're putting all these restrictions in. That's where I could see society swirling in that direction. Okay. That's what I'm saying about restricting a racist group's right to meet. Is like, you're like, I mean, they're a hate group and they're hurting people. That's where I think that's where I think you draw the line. I mean, they're also hurting people. I don't know. Should cults be able to meet?
I think that I was talking about one thing right now. I think that's always the answer for white people is like, yo, when you talk about one thing to them of like why Black Lives Matter, they always want to tell you why all lives matter. I'm simply saying racism should be.
Don't link me with those people.
But you're talking like those people. You're literally telling me why.
You're saying that it should be illegal to do. There aren't any amendments that restrict things other than this one.
Wait, you're literally telling me that the First Amendment is more important than black people being treated as equals in this country. You literally just told me that. You said that, well, we can't take away the fact that people want to say nigger because then we'd be taking away the First Amendment.
You
like,
think that
do I give a fuck about that? Like, do I give a fuck about your First Amendment? Like, if you calling me a nigger, do I give a fuck about your First Amendment?
You think that I am I am way beyond my means to think that if this year a President Sterling gets elected and he says it is illegal to say this word, that next year a new president might get elected and they might say, I'm on a different side than Sterling. Now it's illegal to say this word. And then it becomes standard practice to make it illegal to say words and do things, and becomes restrictive on people. You think I'm crazy to draw that connection.
I didn't say you.
You were like, why is it not so simple? Why does it become a theory? It doesn't become a theory.
No, I said
if you make this word illegal, somebody on the other side is going to make another word illegal. It's fucking stupid to be like, what do you mean?
But you want to
That's insane.
Because you want to tell me about like, oh, well, in the future they're going to do this, but right now this is what's happening, and that's what I'm always saying.
So
you were just talking. Shut up now. I'm talking. So what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, you're saying to me, well, you can't take away First Amendment. You can't take away First Amendment. All I'm saying is you continuously always give answers on why you can't strip white people of this law, of this law, of this law, because you can't do that because then they'll get mad at you. And it's like, yo, when is motherfuckers gonna say, you know what? I'm tired of niggas being mad for not being treated as human beings. You know what? I'm on your side of. I get why you're mad. Now I'm actually gonna be on the side of you and say I'm tired with you. I'm tired with you. And instead you're always being like, well, you can't do that, or the law of this thing is gonna do that. Okay, then handle it as so when that happens. But right now, what is going on right now is that at the end of the day, racism is still here in this country. Period. All I did was pose a question, and you started to be like, well, you can't not let the Ku Klux Klan, and it's different from Taliban. And I'm like, how? Because one is killing yours? Because one is preying on yours and the other is preying on mine? Why is it different to you? They're both terrorists. Why is it different to you?
I'm actually arguing the point that racism should be illegal, not that the Ku Klux Klan shouldn't be able to meet. That's what I'm saying. I like that you made it really specific about the N-word being illegal. Like, that's what I was arguing. I wasn't arguing. You actually when you were like, well, the Ku Klux Klan is a terrorist organization, they shouldn't be able to meet. I was like, okay, and then I was like, and then it turned into, should racism be illegal? And I was like, well, that's when it'll get complicated if you make racism illegal. But you're right. If there's a terrorist organization, they shouldn't be able to meet in the United States. That makes a lot of sense to me.
No, you said then they'll try to say the Black Panthers can't meet, and it's like that's not a terrorist organization. When have you ever heard about the Black Panthers going to do a mass shooting?
They will say it's a terrorist organization.
No, I know, but
I'm pretty
sure you'll have. Yeah, okay. I hear what you're saying, but if it still doesn't work like that. You can't just change laws.
That's what they do.
But what I'm saying to you is, it's still not as simple as like, I'm in here and I'm president, so I'm changing all the laws. Like, no, you still got to get shit passed by the House and the Senate. Like, it's not that easy. So if something was to get passed, all I'm saying is, why has it never been at least put on the table? And also, I didn't even say it was possible. I just thought it was weird that your first reaction was you taking away our First Amendment. That's what I was offended by, is that you give a fuck about this First Amendment and what your forefathers said. Your forefathers didn't get it right, bruh. I hate to be the one to break it to you.
So it should be illegal to say things. I don't know.
I didn't say it should be illegal to say things.
I feel like you piled on a lot of other things that I wasn't saying, and I'm sorry you're taking that out on me. I feel weird, but
what?
I feel weird. I feel like you piled on.
I didn't literally. I said, look, if
you piled on a lot.
Edit real. Rewind it if you want to. The clip if you want to. I literally said to you. I didn't make you say any of that stuff. You started defending Ku Klux Klan. I literally said that to you. What are you talking about? And now you're saying you feel weird. Like
I started defending.
I didn't say anything.
I started defending the Ku Klux Klan, Sterling. I started defending the.
You
Ku
literally
Klux
said.
Klan.
I said to you, why would he be able to wear that? You said
your assumption of your assessment of this argument is that
I didn't. Don't. You're
trying
trying
to. I'm defending the Ku Klux Klan.
Okay, Chris.
That's the problem with this
Chris.
argument. Is you think I'm defending the Ku Klux Klan?
Stop it. That's not okay, Chris. You got it.
That's not what I'm doing.
Okay, you got it. You want to keep acting like that's what we talking about? Okay, cool. You got it.
Coronavirus homeschooling. 77% of parents agree. Coronavirus homeschooling. 77% of parents agree teachers should be paid more after teaching own kids, study says. Good teachers change lives for the better, and nearly 80% of parents agree that educators deserve a major raise after taking charge of their children's schooling at home amid the coronavirus pandemic. From preschool to college, learning has gone virtual amid the global COVID-19 outbreak and transformed parents of young children into part-time teachers practically overnight. And in a new study of 2,000 parents of school-age children, 7 out of 10 polled admitted that this new assignment is more challenging than their full-time job. 4 in 5 even said that they have newfound respect for educators after guiding their own child's distance learning during quarantine. About half of those adults polled are also working from home through the pandemic, another responsibility that can escalate the family chaos. 7 out of 10 parents who are continuing to work from home revealed that keeping their kiddos occupied in the house is hindering their performance at work, while 3 in 4 feel that balancing their career and new teaching duties is overwhelming.
I find it interesting that it took this for parents to realize they're shitty kids. Like you knew. I mean, you only got to spend this much time with your kid, and you can't stand them. So you didn't think these teachers were going through it like crazy. So they're like, oh, now 80% of people believe you guys deserve raises. And I just think that's funny because it's just like, yeah, you didn't realize they were doing real work. I always talk about that about teachers. I was talking to my niece said something to me yesterday. I FaceTimed her 2 days ago, and I was like, man, that's so dope that she's only 14, 15 years old, and she is so present. I know as a 14, 15-year-old, I wasn't thinking about if my teacher had shit going on at home or if that person like was dealing with this or dealing with that. I literally was like, you're a teacher. Your job is to teach. Why the fuck are you yelling at me? Why you have an attitude? What's going on? Fuck you. Like, this person's been a fucking bitch. Why this person? Oh, fuck you, man. This dude, who does this dude think he is? And then as you become an adult, you're like, oh, that person was probably just dealing with shit. Like a lot of shit. And
yeah,
I think that teachers have to hide that shit so much and do their jobs. And I think whenever teachers are talking about raises, period, I don't even have to hear the number. I'm always like, I agree. It doesn't fucking matter. I agree. Like you're doing so much. You're literally molding human beings to not be murderers and this and be racist and blah. You're such a huge pillar in those individuals' lives. Like you remember your teachers for years on and years on. You probably remember all your teachers still. Yeah. Might be a couple that slipped through the cracks, but you might, like, for the most part, remember all your teachers and they left some kind of imprint in your life, and whatever it may be. But you're like, you added to my life.
Absolutely.
And I just think that when I hear teachers getting $35,000, you could make more at McDonald's in a full year, and then I'm like, how are we still there? And I hate when compare it to people say athletes or something. They're like, the NBA players make all this money and teachers make nothing. I'm like, well, no one's gonna pay a lot of money to watch teachers teach. So I can understand how.
That'd be cool though.
Bringing the money. Yeah, if teachers just start running it like an organization.
This guy's a really good U.S.
dinner this Friday. The science off. It's just two teachers. Oh, that'd be fucking cool though. See teachers have like teach offs.
Yeah, with just huge like fans that are just like, Mr. Schwartz.
He's the best.
Oh, dude, I drove all the way in from Ohio to see Mr. Schwartz. Just always wanted to be in a classroom.
Oh, man, he's the best teacher I've ever seen do it. I've seen a lot of teachers. He's the best.
He's good. Dude, the way he works that whiteboard, man. You know those teachers that have 4 whiteboards and they write on one and then they fucking...
I'll flip it up.
Lift it up to the sky.
Yeah.
It's more of a college thing, but every once in a while there's 1 or 2 high school teachers who have it, and you're like, whoa, this person has 4 boards. And they're like, and they throw,
Who was your coolest teacher? Or like the teacher you took the most from?
Also, because I think you're totally right about not feeling like you know the inner life of a teacher. But then now these kids are seeing them on Zoom.
Yeah.
They have no choice to see the inner life of the teacher.
Yeah. Well, how much of yourself do you give, like, real right now on Zoom teaching the class? So, like, are you still getting dressed up? If you're a teacher, are you still putting on, like, at least a fucking button up and a suit jacket, even though, like, with no bottoms or some shit?
You're doing a suit jacket as a teacher? That, I guess, like, you'd have to. You have to, like, just to get into character.
I don't know how teachers are dressing. First of all, don't judge me for being like a suit jacket. I haven't been to school in a while. My teachers wore fucking suits here and there.
Here and there, yeah. I think some teachers wore T-shirts to school, but, like, if you wear your T-shirt to Zoom, it's kind of like you're in charge. Just put on a costume.
So you think you should, like, you wearing your T-shirt to school is fine? You wearing, wait, what?
Yeah, because you're in school, you're in a position of power, you're in front of a class. But if you're in Zoom, you're in your own house, like, put on a fucking button up.
Did you ever have any teachers that wore
I
T-shirts?
have no idea. I've never been in a Zoom class, but I assume this. Yeah, I think I had I mean, I grew up, like, near the beach, so there were, like, some teachers that surfed.
That's different.
You know, yeah.
I never had a teacher that wore a T-shirt. I would probably judge the fuck out of my teacher if they came.
Oh, they were, like, city teachers, so they're
city teachers. They're like,
and
then I went to, like, a really good high school, so, like, it's like everyone is like, I teach there.
Little professors.
Yeah, professors.
Yeah. No, they were like, I don't know, just started teaching PE, then switched to science, and I guess I'm here now.
Yeah. A lot of doctors. They make you call them doctors.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
we had
like,
one or two of those.
And you're like, oh, okay, we get it.
You have a doctorate in literature. That's not the same thing.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. No. The coolest. I had a teacher, named Mrs. Hamblin. Mrs. Hamblin had a voice like this, but she always wore heels and leggings. She had her from her knuckle up on her pointer finger was gone.
Oh, really?
And she never really talked about it, and there was like Miss Hamlin got to come up by the bookies type feel to it.
Yeah.
Miss Hamlin would, like, you felt like she was very smart, and but she also felt like she was, like, avoiding stories every once in a while. I remember one time, like, Robin Williams came up, and she was like, "Oh, I saw him in the 1970s once. He showed up in a coffee shop. He was high on cocaine, but it was the 70s. I mean." Like, almost felt like she was about to be like, everybody was high.
Yeah.
But then, like, stopped herself and was like, anyway, back to. But she was, like, an extremely smart literature
What
person.
she teach?
She taught. It was pre-AP English.
Okay.
It was 10th grade English. It wasn't AP. They called it pre-AP.
Okay.
Wow.
Well,
It was like, well, it was a big course load, but we read the Bible in her class, which she referred to as mythology.
Oh.
She was like, it's mythology, and people would get mad at her. There were parents that get mad every year that were like, she's like, no, I have them read mythology over the summer. I have them read a book of mythology, and then I have them read the Bible, which is modern day mythology. It's the same thing as we do with 9th grade. We have them read mythology, we have them read the Bible. It's the same. It's mythology.
Yeah.
And people were like, we don't like that term, and she's like, look it up. It's mythology.
You can't look it up? It says mythology?
Yeah, it's like a series of stories that morals about, so it is modern day mythology, but myth also, that word makes you feel like it's mythical, but that's not really what the word mythology means.
Oh, but she knows what she's doing.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing. Miss Hamlin rattling the cradle.
But what did you like about her?
I mean, she was a great teacher.
Did you like her? You said, yeah, she had a missing finger. And I was like, is that it?
She's, like, incredibly smart and deep, and taught me a lot about writing and reading, and the literature we covered she made interesting, and I like that. Yeah. What about you?
I think that's probably say my English teacher, Mr. Fanning. I think he became the dean at my school now. I think he's still there, but he was just super. He was he was a super geek. First of all, he was a super geek. So, like, he had, like, this weird, like, bounce to him. Like, it was a weird, like, he would teach with a bounce. Like, so everything he was kind of into it, which made you kind of into it.
Yeah, I like that.
You're like, this dude's like into whatever the fuck he's talking about. Like, even if he's not, even if this is a role he's playing, he's doing a really good job. I'm into this.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know, he made me just into English, and I half the time wouldn't even read the books, but he still made me like super duper like in the actual like fucking breakdowns of like just different stories. I was the guy that like would raise my hand and they'd be like, oh, after class my boys would ask me, so did you get to the part? And I'm like, I didn't read any of this. I just like the cliff notes enough, and I like to play this game with him.
He made you listen probably too.
Yeah, he made me think about deeper things even though I know I wasn't doing the work. I was just like, that's just a good question about life. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
And I like that about him too. But like, he was a really good teacher though too. Like, and he was really smart. Like, we had a dude who was autistic in our class. I think.
This guy's listening. He's like, I'm not autistic.
No, he's not autistic. But he was a genius. He was a fucking genius.
Yeah.
His name was Isaiah Fields. And we can keep it in there.
Okay.
Isaiah Fields. And he was a fucking genius. But Isaiah would just always say random things. I remember one time, it was not like the smartest thing in the world, but it was just something that was like random to me at the time. Being from Chicago, Isaiah was like, such and such and such. And then he was like, yeah, everybody knows it's bad luck to put ketchup on your hot dog in Chicago. He talked just like that. And we were like, what the fuck is he talking about? The fuck? He's talking about it. And then Miss Bennett was like, yeah, it's a fucking myth here that everyone thinks is a superstitious thing to put ketchup on your hot dogs in Chicago. Like, just little facts like that. I'm like, what the fuck is either one of these people talking about? That's how I found the Windy City didn't come from the actual wind. It came from the politicians blowing hot air. And I was like, in my head, like just random facts of these two would go at it. And I also like to just watch this in class of like this dude. Mr. Bennett hated him. Like, hated him just because he would read like his like book reports, and he was really smart. And for the first part, he would just be giving you like just really good shit. You were just like, this kid's smart. And then he would just always do this no matter what. He'd be reading, and then you just see him do this. And then the boy, and then he's taking his eyes completely off the paper with Mr. Bennett. Like, you're not reading anymore, Isaiah. Now you're just freestyling. And he would freestyle every time. And like, his book reports never ended, basically. He would continue to just freestyle into more stuff about the story. And you were just like, this is fucking entertaining. But that was it. That was my favorite class in all of high school. That's all I remember.
And now the big finish. And then he just goes until he gets stopped.
No, yeah, he goes until he gets stopped. Every time. But me and Laurel, you know my friend Laurel?
Yeah.
You know Laurel. We had a thing, shoes was called biscuits. People would call your shoes biscuits if they was like beat up. You'd be like, I'm biscuits. And, you know, it's Chicago, so we roast
Makes
everybody. Sense. So Isaiah, it's autistic. We all know it, but no one's actually confirmed or ever talked about it or anything. So it's like, Isaiah might say some shit to you. You got to roast him back. You got to roast Isaiah. You can't just be like, oh, he autistic. I can't roast Isaiah. You got to hit him with the bars. So I remember L'Oreal, somebody said something like, about your biscuits. And Isaiah was so mad that L'Oreal said about biscuits. He came to a random party. So he wasn't like in the in crowd. But he came to a party one time out south. He showed up at this house party. He walked in. He had a new sweater on and some new shoes. And he walked in and said, L'Oreal, no more biscuits, baby. And it was just the funniest thing to me. Amazing. I don't know random stories. I don't know. I'm high.
Amazing. Yeah. Oh man, yeah. Zoom teaching must be tough, and it must be very tough to have two kids. I like that everyone's appreciating each other more.
Yeah, you feel like they are, right?
I hope so. I was out yesterday, and it was only crazy. Like, crazy people are still doing their thing. So if you
what are you gonna do about that?
What
are you gonna do about that?
Well, it's scary because like we were out to we were trying to get that pool. We went to Walgreens and like. No one's on the streets in Hollywood, but there's still a few crazy people. So it's just fucking crazy to do with the
What
skateboard.
kind of pool?
We want an above ground little pool for the backyard.
I know, but like, what are we talking?
Like, Brittany has like a 10-foot by 6-foot pool that she got for like $40.
Really?
Yeah.
Why not, right?
Why not? Just like lay back there for 3 days?
Yeah.
Sounds hilarious.
That'd be cool. You get a little tan in.
Yeah. Jump in.
Do you tan? How the fuck you tan? I feel like you purposely tan.
regularly.
No, I just don't feel like. Are you a purposely tanning guy? Like, are you like I'm laying down and trying to catch a tan, or are you like I don't know, in the sun just in swimming, so I caught a tan?
Yeah.
I feel like you're second.
More of that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't go tanning.
Okay, I didn't think so. Have you ever had a spray tan?
I don't think so. I feel like maybe I tried something for something.
You never had a spray tan?
I don't think I had. I've definitely never had a full body spray tan. Absolutely not. I may have put spray tan on me to see what it looked like.
Okay, on your arms?
Yeah, like on my arm.
How hard did you go? Did you go full blackface?
No. Like somebody,
just like you just
like
be
a friend of mine had a tanner, and I was like, "What does it look like?" Just keep doing it.
Just gets in way too deep.
Go full Justin Trudeau.
No. Do we have any more articles? That's it. Oh, we just high. What time is it?
Justin Trudeau banned assault weapons. We could call it.
Did he? No. We can get to whatever. Yeah, he.
In Canada.
Yeah, I saw that. Are we surprised?
Do you have that article?
I don't even know. Like, we can get to the article, but I'm just saying, are we even surprised
that Canada just banned assault weapons?
Canada is just like. Do you feel like Canada is like what we could be if we didn't have crazy people?
Their First Amendment is chill.
Yeah, their First Amendment is chill and be good and be cool.
Be good, be cool,
and everything will figure itself out. And you're like, that is right. That's our only law? Yeah, I think people will be good.
Why is there so much hate here and like fucking aggression? Like, why are these white people fucking doing this at the Capitol? I don't know what's happening.
I don't know.
I just can't figure that out. I just can't figure out why. Or maybe I can figure it out, and that's what makes me sad to be like patriotic American, because I want it to be one thing and maybe it's another thing. But
then that always is like the confusing part, because like there were many people who were considered themselves patriots in America who felt like what Colin Kaepernick was doing was the most unpatriotic thing, and it was actually the opposite. To me, it was the most patriotic thing.
I 100% agree.
So it's just like, also it's subjective. Like, what does that word mean to you? Is what people.
And I don't think the people who thought Colin Kaepernick wasn't patriotic should have a fucking monopoly on what patriotic means. I think
that's the problem.
I think he's way more patriotic. You know what I mean? So it makes me sad to be lumped with the patriotic people when trying to be patriotic. Well,
you gotta do what I gotta do, guys. Until next week. I'm joking. No, yeah, but Canada just does stuff right, man. Do you ever think about moving to Canada?
I definitely have in the past. I mean, this is the worst it's gotten for a long time in America. And I haven't really thought about moving to Canada. I kind of just been like, well, I guess I'm in this hellhole. But
people used to say I'll move to Canada. It's like that was just like a figurative speech of like I moved to Canada, and everyone actually took the like next step to looking up flights like this past it wouldn't be that much to live there, and looking up housing. I feel like for years people would be like, you know what, if this thing happens, I move to Canada, and then in the last like 4 years people have been like, let me just look into it.
They told Canadians to stay inside, and so the Canadians stayed inside.
Yeah.
There are plenty of cultures around the world where it's too cold to go outside a lot of the year. Human beings have been dealing with not going outside for 3 months for a long time. For people to complain about feeling like they can't take it to not go outside is like the weakest move I've ever heard of.
It is, yeah. Yeah. I don't even know what to say about those individuals. I truly don't, because I don't get it. If you told me it was going to be a whole bunch of police anywhere and I had to go do some yelling and shit, I'd be like, nah, I'm good, fam. It's not because like a disaster waiting to happen. So the fact that it's just not a disaster for them, I'm just like, this is crazy. This is also crazy. Like for me, I wouldn't even go to. I wouldn't even think
coronavirus.
And coronavirus. I wouldn't even think of it. Yeah, yes. And then you throw coronavirus on top of it, and I'm like, no, I won't be there. No, I won't be there. The fact that they're just like, yes, we are here.
I also don't understand how like none of the cops in any of the photos have any protective gear on. The cops are just like, we don't believe in masks. We're cops.
No, I feel like I've
like
seen a couple.
the photographs of the Michigan Capitol and the ones in California where the cops are like this, and like the people are, anybody who wasn't a white person would get like beat for doing the things they're doing. Both of those things, those rows of cops have no masks on or no gloves.
And I feel like that thing definitely coronavirus infested. That whole protest. I feel like it's definitely people out there with corona, with the COVID. You don't think so?
The leader of the Michigan protest, I think, got diagnosed.
He died, right?
No,
Oh,
got
he
diagnosed with COVID. But,
Oh, word.
which isn't a death sentence, but
He was protesting what? And he went and got a test.
on the lockdown.
I know, but he went and got a test.
Didn't you see? There's that all gas no brakes guy went to that thing, and it ended with a lady being like, I gotta go now. I'm all with you guys. She's like giving a speech, and she's like, but my daughters are really sick. They're in the car. And so I'm going to drive home and be with them. And it's like, what? Your daughters are really sick?
I don't think.
I don't know if that's
the one you
lady.
sent us?
Yeah.
We didn't finish it. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. What I saw of it, it was fucking crazy.
I feel like that all gas, no brakes guy is going to have a future one day. His videos
he's
are
good.
crazy. He always goes to crazy places. And
and that's what more than anything. I'm like, how is he finding these places? Who's producing this show, and how are they in contact with these?
They just drive around the nation
people
in a van, I believe.
No way.
Yeah, he mentions it every once in a while.
No way. They're getting memos. They're getting emails. They're getting newsletters.
Yeah, Then they're like going like, we're gonna go to Mardi Gras. We'll go to Pride.
Yeah, but of course those ones. Those are easy to hit. But I'm saying more like the random little conventions.
Oh yeah, he goes
stuff.
like weird like
right. I'm like, how you know about this shit? Like, how'd you get in this? Like,
yeah,
I feel like once you're in though, you can get into all of them.
I'd say someone needs to give that guy a show. I'm down for it.
No, I feel like he'll get a show.
I feel like he's been going for years. Oh yeah, sometimes he goes to like festivals and talks to like drugged out people.
Yeah,
and it's hilarious.
A mother of two from the United Kingdom says she's been keeping coronavirus free as well as flu and cold free by drinking smoothies with a shot of sperm in them. 32-year-old personal trainer Tracy Kiss of Aylesbury told Metro that since 2017, she's been drinking smoothies enhanced with a shot of her boyfriend's semen. And since she's began doing so, she hasn't had a single case of the flu or any colds. She also obviously hasn't come down with coronavirus either, on account of the sperm beverages. Kiss says the sperm beverages are great and vegan ways to boost the immune system. She likens it to mother breastfeeding her child. She says it's best to use sperm as close to its production as possible, though sometimes she has to freeze her boyfriend's sperm because the two are in long-distance relationship. Her freezer literally has ice cube trays filled with frozen jizz.
He's just overworked.
She also puts the sperm on her face to clear up her skin. She did not elaborate on how that application process takes place. All of this, by the way, is totally unproven. The WHO, CDC, and exactly 0 doctors say this is an effective preventative treatment for any illness.
Jizz in the ice cube tray. I don't want to. Jizz in the ice cube tray.
Oh,
I just feel like this man is being a little bit.
She's definitely popping pills on him. She's got him just nutting all day. He's running out.
Like, I imagine they're sexually active.
She might be selling it.
Why doesn't she just also like just give him a blowjob?
They're long distance.
He's
shipping in
that part. Oh, this is just some kinky thing she's trying to say as a coronavirus cure. I didn't realize they were long distance. That's weird as fuck.
Yeah, it's that you know what? It is some kinky thing. In my head, I was trying to really make sense of this relationship. It is just some weird shit she's into. Has she ever met him? We don't know, right?
It's like some 90 Day Fiance thing.
Would you take... Look at the camera. I'm like, would you drink a sperm smoothie? I don't know if that works.
Wow. Yeah. See, I don't really...
That didn't get us anywhere. I should read that article.
What if you found out that this was actually really good for you to drink your own sperm as a coronavirus cure? Would you start doing it?
Is it only good if you drink your own sperm? And I'm asking for a reason.
Well, I actually it was a 2-layer question. The first layer was going to be your own sperm. And then I was gonna say, what if you needed to drink somebody else's sperm?
No. So to answer your second question, no. The first question, I was gonna say if I found out my sperm was good for people, then I would sell my sperm, obviously.
Well, what if everyone's sperm only worked for them?
Okay, if everyone's sperm only works for them, then I think everyone would probably drink their own sperm.
Okay, but if you found out someone else's sperm worked for you, you wouldn't do it?
No, works for me. What? How?
It's a coronavirus
But
cure. I don't know. I guess.
yeah. But why is my sperm not working for me no more?
It didn't happen.
It didn't hit. So now I'm looking for a sperm donor.
The doctor's like, actually, I'm
looking for a sperm donor.
The doctor recommends himself. You're like, what? Wait.
Would you? If they were like, yo, this will cure you or make it where you cannot get coronavirus, Chris. All you gotta do is drink this dude's sperm.
And then Chance the Rapper comes out and you find out you're being punked on Quibi.
And there's an ad.
Fuck, I drank the cum. They really stepped it up this season. That'd be such a bizarre
That cum was real.
We pranked Gwen Stefani into drinking real cum. That'd be like a really intense version of punk. You're like, I don't like this at all. They made her do what? By saying it was a cure for coronavirus?
And she believed them.
Gwen Stefani had coronavirus?
Oh.
Chance the Rapper comes out in like PPE equipment. He's like, you got punked, but honestly, how are you feeling? Are you feeling okay?
That was real.
That wasn't an actual cure. That was just
cum.
Blake Shelton's sperm.
Have you seen the new Punked?
No. Did you get Quibi?
No.
I wanted to check out Quibi just to check it out.
Quibi looks good. Looks high quality shit.
I like the idea of it a lot.
Yeah, me too.
But I have not checked it out.
Yeah,
so
me either.
I have nothing that I can say about it.
Do you feel like you will ever check it out? Do you feel like
I want to? I'm sad that I haven't heard. I wanted them to do well, and I wish there was somebody who's like, you gotta watch this on Quibi. I haven't heard anybody say that.
Yeah, I haven't heard a hit show yet either.
But if they should get a hit show.
But it looks like they have like 2 or 3 scripted that I was like, that looks like high quality shit.
For sure.
But I didn't. Yeah, I've yet to hear somebody say, "Hey, Quibi's got a hit. Check this out."
Yeah, it's so good. You gotta check it out. One of those things.
What's the last thing that you watched that was so good that you're like, you gotta check this out?
I watched Bombshell. I thought it was good.
A Bombshell?
I liked it.
I fell asleep for a little bit of it.
Yeah,
I have it though. I own it. I should watch it.
I thought the performances were awesome. I thought like Charlize Theron like felt like she was Megyn Kelly. Like I just like saw it.
Yeah,
I thought it was great. And freaking John Lithgow as Roger Ailes was really good as well.
What was the movie I saw recently today? I liked it. I think I liked more of the performance from the star kid, but was it Day and Night, Up All Night or something's on Netflix? But that kid, that Ashton Sanders kid, stars. He's the lead in it, and Jeffrey Wright's in it. You know Jeffrey Wright?
Yeah.
Yeah, and who else is in it? Forget this kid that's on Snowfall is also in it. I forget his name. But it Day and Night? All Day and Night. All Day and Night. No, but I don't know. I watched it and I just kept saying every other scene. I was just like, this fucking kid's got it. The Ashton Sanders kid, he's just fucking got it. I was watching it and I was like, this kid, he's a problem. Like he can fucking act.
So
he's like really good. You should check it out. I don't know if I love the story. I thought the story was cool. I don't know what their exact message was they were trying to like really send, but I also thought the actors were really good. I just thought that like another movie like this for black people. Thanks. We needed this. We appreciate this. We don't have enough of this out there. But I also was like, it's good storytelling. I mean, you're good.
What happens in it? What is it about?
It's about a dude. It's about a nigga that grew up in East Oakland, and his dad in the drug game. His dad ended up being a dope head. He ended up being being on bullshit.
It's like a drama?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he ended up getting the same thing, sucked in street life. And, they both end up in prison.
What do you think about that top 10 thing on Netflix they have now, where they tell you the top 10 movies in the U.S.?
It's called bullshit.
A little trending.
People are buying those slots.
You think so?
100%.
Interesting. I mean, they can also they get to choose the algorithm.
Exactly.
So
they're just saying, hey, we're gonna put our biggest things. I
think it's a great marketing device. Though doesn't make you go like, well, I want to see the top 10.
Yeah. And did you see Chris Hemsworth's movie?
No, I didn't, but I wanted to because it was in the top 10.
Was it? I watched it. It's just like if you're not an action movie type person, all right?
I'm not. I don't really love.
It's
action
like action.
I like a good action sequence, but it's got to be on the back of a good story or just dope action sequences.
So they supposedly have one of the longest and hardest. I know you'll like this wonders ever.
Yeah, I like that.
On this movie, apparently have one of the longest ones ever in the history of movies. On this, my boy had reposted it, and he just kept saying he had reposted and said, I watched this 5 times and I just kept saying, how the fuck did they do this? And they actually Netflix shows you the behind the scenes of how
in the Hemsworth movie.
Yeah.
Oh, cool! I didn't know that. Yeah, that made me want to watch it now. I'll watch it.
In the Hemsworth movie, yeah.
Yeah, I need things like that to make
I know.
Chris Hemsworth. I like Chris Hemsworth
cool.
just fine,
but
he doesn't make me go, I gotta see Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah,
but
that it's action. And he's doing a lot of his real stunts, and he's just like, Chris Hemsworth, you fucking hunk of a man.
He's great.
Yeah, he's great. He's a great actor. He's
lovable.
Nothing
he's
bad
charming.
About
Chris Hemsworth.
He also big as fuck. Like he's really selling all the shit in the movie.
Yeah, he's funny too. He's good.
That's what I'm saying. Like you're just like, man, I want to hate you just because you're perfect. I want to hate you. There's nothing there. Great job. Keep being great, man.
Yeah, we got into the reality shit. I'm rewatching a Survivor, which I've only seen one full season of Survivor, and I'm enjoying the series. And then the 90 Day Fiance has been on in the background.
I gotta check that one out. I mean, I already know about it. My brother watches
it. But do it.
Yeah.
But also don't.
But don't promote it.
It's bad. I just want everyone to know. I know it's not I don't think it's good for anybody who's part of it.
But you're enjoying the shit of it. But you don't want them to stop either.
Yeah, it's I bet the documentaries can make a better documentary. I bet the people don't need this exploitation.
They do.
Maybe everyone's just so fucking crazy on it. The things that a lot of people are willing to believe, and then that they're being put on a documentary where maybe they're going, yeah, I don't know, maybe your boyfriend is real that you haven't seen in 7 years, but you've sent $100,000 to. Maybe he's real. And you're like, fuck you, bro. But I get you just being like, you got to watch it. You got to be a flag on the wall. I'm not mad at that person.
So you hate catfish. You hate.
No. Catfish is different, I think.
Why is catfish? Why is catfish different? When you see, no offense, when you see certain people come on screen, it takes me 2 seconds to be like fake or real. I can tell you in the first 2 seconds if this story is a catfish or if this person may actually be on the other end of the line. First 2 seconds, I can see what's going on. I'm like, this is bullshit. And they know it.
What's nice about 90 Day Fiance is that they are showing you 10 stories at once. Okay. So they're split up really quick. And you get to know a little bit of this story, a little bit of this story, a little bit of this story, and then they come back around. So
you're not as invested. You don't feel as bad. You're just a little bit. You're a little mad for everybody.
You're also not you're not like, I got it. He's fake. I don't need to watch this lady for 30 minutes.
Got it. Cool.
You only have to watch it for 2 minutes before. But then eventually you keep coming back to her. It's really well structured in that way. And then you're like. And then you're like, fuck, oh yeah, Linda's story. We haven't seen Linda's story in a whole episode.
I love you trying to act like it was background noise. And he's all the way in. He's like Linda. I feel like Linda's a real person. Okay. Did we do it?
All right, yeah.
All right, we did it. Thank you for another episode of Vine and Weed. And zip it up and zip it out.
We'll see you next week.